Let's get Jared Blikre in here with a closer look at those numbers. Jared, what are we seeing?
Well, first of all, we got some purple working right here, but let's get to the market. We are looking at the best day in 3 weeks for a lot of these majors, and I'll tell you what, couldn't come too soon. Now, as you'll notice here, this is a 2-month chart. We are at the very lower end of the range. We have lifted off a little bit, got some work to do before we start reclaiming some titles here. So I will point out, let me just put a year-to-date chart on. We had the biggest run-up of the year, the second, basically the back half of March. And if you'll notice, that was the last 2 weeks of Q1. Now we're in the last 2 weeks of Q2. We've seen significant declines, very similar to that Q1. A lot of analysts looking for a bounce. We had that options expiration and rebalance last Friday. So a lot of that is off the table right now. Let's take a look at the bond market because we see the entire yield curve shifting higher. Once again, the 5-year is up 5 basis points. The 10-year, that is up 8 basis points. The yield curve is expanding, at least on that front. And the 30-year, that is up 10 basis points. And in that environment, we also see, guess what? The value trade is jumping today. We got energy stocks, that's up 5.5% after flagging a little bit last week on some of those crude oil dips. Then we got consumer discretionary, healthcare, staples, tech. All of those are outperforming. Each of those up about 3% or a little bit more. And if we take a look inside of our leaders, guess what? We got IPOs, we got ARK Innovation Fund, we got KWEB, that's Chinese stocks, Momentum, chip stocks, the S&P 500 right there. So all of these 5 classes here are outperforming. And you can see what's happening inside the market. China, by the way, these Chinese stocks, guess what's been happening with them? They've been jumping for over a month. You'll see some outsized numbers here. Pinduoduo up 50%, 56%, NEO up almost 40%, Alibaba up 22.5%. Longtime viewers know my thoughts on the Chinese markets. Nevertheless, I think this is an important sentiment indicator. Here's what's happened with the ARK components over the last month, and you'll see that it's kind of a bifurcated market here. Zoom up nicely, Path as well, Tesla up 9.2%. By the way, Tesla having the best day in a long time. Let's take a look at a year-to-date chart, or this is going to be a 1 month, and we can see up nicely today, but still has a lot of work to do itself, guys.